Steelers get ready to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. On the screen, this is Coleman. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
That was a beautiful executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
You got three down. 24 is the mark. Come on. 21.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
George Kittle is easily one of the elite tight ends in the NFL. Back-to-back seasons of 88 and 85 catches. We just saw another one right there. Anytime he lines up on the field, you better treat him as a primary receiver and make sure you have a second guy in the vicinity to try and cover him.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Mike's 50. I got one. 50's the mark.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Deontay Thompson. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A very solid gain of 27. That's how you draw up the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes. But receivers love it even more. The ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Rams 7, 49ers nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters.
And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Intercepted.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got people.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. And that's the rookie, Javon Kinlaw, who got in there to bring him down.
Second down.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Got a man open. It's Sutton. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
To Cortland Sutton.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And the catch made by Hopkins. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Sam Snowman on for the field goal.
And his kick is indeed good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this carries into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice?
There he goes left side. Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert, 77 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line, out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. The give is to Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
And this.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Out of the gun on third down, here's Tua. And that will be incomplete. Some mistakes already in the first quarter. If he holds on to that one, first down.
Yeah, and I guarantee you that at least one defensive back out there has reminded him of that fact, trying to get into his head and hoping that'll affect him the rest of the game.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep is Tavon Austin. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he didn't quite have the back spin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
The ball carrier. He was brought down by...
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Second and 9 now from the 21. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
To Dante Pettis. That's a gain of 5.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for third down. Garoppolo. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
2 now on first down. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Complete to
Van Jefferson. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. And that's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
The ball carrier.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Watch the boot, watch the boot. Kill. Hey, alert! 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 Kill, kill, kill!
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
24 is the mic. Hey, they scared. They scared. 24 is the mic. Here we go.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. And his throw here's incomplete. Cortland Sutton, first-time Pro Bowler. He was the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Tagovailoa. He finds Hopkins complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 43. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
Rams.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 more there and another 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. That was Nick Bosa, Defensive Rookie of the Year a season ago, shooting in to make the play. Second and 14.
Tight that. There you go. Watch 36. 36 tonight. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Tua sets up to pass it. He completes this to Sutton. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 15-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
1st down, Rams.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
To Cortland Sutton. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 13-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They go back to the ground with Jones. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Looking to pass. Tua. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Garoppolo now. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. This is Coleman with a grab. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now Tua. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Tua now on 1st down. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, a 22. Tua, the final shot before half. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. And his throw is incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23.
First down, Rams.
Now a first down carry by Jones. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They get the tackle, Marcus Gilbert, second-round pick back in 2011 out of Florida. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Going deep here for Parker. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Tua with a throw complete to Parker. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Tua with a quick throw, caught out wide. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
A gain of 13.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Right there, 54, right there.
And again, it's Tagovailoa to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete.
Good go.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
And his kick here is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
21. Here we go. 50. Mike 50. Come on, D. Mike 50. Mike 50. All day, baby. All day. 12.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Hey, check. Mike 50. 65. Coming to you.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete.
Garoppolo.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
24 is the mic. 12, fellas, here we go. All day, defense, all day, all day. 24 is the mic.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. They intercept Garoppolo for the third time. Picked by Deontay Thompson. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
And the lead will grow by one more.
Makes the score Rams 30, 49ers 6.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
It's a gain of 8.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
3-yard line.
Here we go. 24.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Hey, pick your game. I got you. Max 50. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Check 31. Check 32.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after them now.
Watch the screen. 13.
They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Coleman now. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They've had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
And 3.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Mike's 50.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Kendrick Bourne, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit.
Mike's 50.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And it's incomplete, but a flag is down here, so hang on. Let's see what we've got. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. D Ford that time showing what he can do defensively. Credit him with a tackle for loss. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Again, it's Jones. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Third down.
From the gun, it's Tua. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for Bryson Hopkins.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll kick it away for the second time.
For the Rams.
Here's Austin. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. 2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. The Niners on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Brent, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
23 yards, the final tally.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
It's Coleman here, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his third touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers get a score closer. Now Garoppolo and the Niners will come up and go for two. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
49ers 20. For San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
32-yard line.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. My music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
All right, I don't want to get too poetic here where they talk about, the eyes being the windows of the soul. You know what else the eyes do? They see the open spaces on a field, and those eyes carry your legs to those spots, and that's what happened on that play. He saw an opening and went and got it.
Well, he really hasn't ran the ball all game. Fourth quarter here, need a big play, able to pick it up. So whatever the eyes saw and created, it worked. They'll run on first down. It's Jones. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. A gain of 3, second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory.
Kawan Williams made the tackle. It's a gain of 3. And this is 3rd down.
The Rams on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
Incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A good pickup there, 21 yards. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Coleman, the ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, first down.
That's a 46-yard line.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. He's got this to the rookie from ASU, Brandon Ayuk. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
We got three, fellas. We got three. 24 is the mark. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Garoppolo to throw. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. His throw caught at about the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Aaron Donald in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
And goal at the Rams, 13 yards.
To throw is Garoppolo. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowler, Jalen Ramsey. And nothing but daylight ahead. 20. 10, and he will score. Touchdown, L.A.
Los Angeles.
And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Out for the PAT, here's Sloman. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Rams 37, 49ers 20.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Go ahead.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. The man who won a Super Bowl MVP award on this very field, Von Miller. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where they